What is going on, everyone? My name is Northy and we are here to recap round 11 of the Teamcoach season, and this was definitely the best round of the year in terms of the results. However, it's not as positive as you may think it to be. If you remember seeing the preview this week, you would know exactly what my team was going into the round and how happy I am with the results of the week. But there is something that on stream last night, the people there would know, but I'll have to explain it to you guys during this video exactly what has happened. But there is some good things to go through and I'm really keen to do so. But without further ado, I'm going to quickly ask that you guys leave a like on the video in advance, subscribe to the channel if you love your Teamcoach content and AFL content in general, and become a member as well if you really enjoy being here. Link to my Discord is in the description. It's where we talk everything Teamcoach and AFL. All that out the way, let's get into the round this week. So I'm here on the website, and if you see down the bottom, I have indeed won a prize card. So there is the exciting part of the week, and I will go through it actually right after the tips, because it's probably the biggest positive and not the biggest twist of the week, unfortunately, as we will find out very soon. Like I mentioned, Teamcoach tips, how did we do? Same old. We got ourselves 6 out of 9 here. It's the usual for me. It's how it usually goes, but it's honestly on the better side of things. The biggest surprise probably being the Brisbane getting beaten, by Hawthorn. Brisbane are just having a really weird year, man. Just a really strange year, but Hawthorn taking the win there. Good on them. Geelong losing to GWS, making it 4 straight losses for Geelong for the first time in ages. It has been a very long time since we've seen something like that from Geelong, but a 4-point loss to GWS at GMHBA is a bit of a shocker, although GWS wins a lot there. It is a bit of a shock. I didn't expect it to happen, especially the massive start that GWS had. I didn't see that coming, but Geelong fought their way back, and a Toby Green goal and Lek Alia heroics kept them in that game. That was awesome to watch to the very end. We had Melbourne beating St Kilda pretty comfortably, Adelaide thumping West Coast, bit poor from West Coast, Essendon just edging out Richmond, so good signs for Richmond, the usual for North. I don't have much positive to say there, man. I got the Sydney over Dogs one correct. I just assumed it'd be the case. And also the Freo and Collingwood one, you had to tip a draw. Because it was a draw, it didn't matter which way you tipped, it would have been a loss. So I guess unfortunate, but what can you do? It's kind of expected. And then Carlton beating Gold Coast, also what I thought would happen in there as well. So only the one massive shock. This one honestly could have gone either way with the past results and the form, but unfortunately we lost on that 50-50 and it saw us get a 6 out of 9 week. But this is just what we've come to expect from tips. We don't expect perfection by any means, but we're going to go over to Top Team, because Top Team was amazing this week. I am so pumped with how Top Team went. We got ourselves an amazing week. Top 4, you can already tell this squad did amazing things. We didn't have the best midfielder, but we had the second best, and man, he should have been the best because he got off to such a hot start. I'm so shocked that he didn't end up being number 1, but we did pick up the 123-point man in Jordan Dawson. No one else played too out of their skin. I was thinking one of the Sydney players, and if I picked either of them, I still would have won, I think, this week. So, amazing as well. Very happy. But Dawson, great pick. Dacos with 133. Not as good as Luke Ryan with 144. Tied with Salem. Ridley up there as well. So, good to see Ridley doing his thing again. But nothing too crazy outside of that. It was a pretty, good week in terms of the initial picks. Maxi Gorn, you had to have him in order to get the 152. My fingers are crossed that a lot of the top 4 players who are close to me picked Rowan Marshall, because Rowan had an awful week, and I'm really hoping that the people who caught on to him and wanted to do well this week and thought that Marshall, after his 2 really good weeks in a row, would be that person. I'm hoping they've picked him, and Gorn has gone out and gotten me over the mark with his 152. Amazing game, Maxi. So happy with that. Destroyed Rowan. And then Heaney ended up actually being our worst pick of the week, but I'm not really mad. I'm pretty happy. 100 points is pretty good out of 4 people in the forward line who got 100 points, so happy days. Very happy indeed. I mean, it's seriously one of the best weeks I've had in a good while, and it got a 6th place. That's an amazing result. We didn't end up getting in the prize card section because You'll find out why. 508, though, would have given us tied for 5th. So, yeah, didn't lose any or all that much from the first place player. I don't imagine there was many people who picked 2 different outside of what I picked. Maybe they picked Luke Ryan. Maybe a few of them did that. Maybe instead of Heaney, they went Toby Green or Carl Langford. I don't know where the changes were made to beat me out, but all I know is that my team was amazing this week, and seeing a top 10 position in the game mode that's really hard to do that, pushing my number 1 ranking higher, is just an amazing feeling. It's exactly what I needed. Even JP88, who is on the right, he's at 5,068 points. He is first at the moment out of all the people on that leaderboard, but out of all of them, I am still ahead. So even when he's dropping 494 points, I am still gaining 14 points on him, and that makes me feel very, very good. It means my spot is well and truly firm, and that's what I need. It's what I need at the moment. So happy days indeed. We go over to top 18 though, and this is where it gets amazing. I cannot believe how good I went this week for my top 18. Let's look at the back line. That's amazing. That's what I want to see. Pretty much green. Every single green is in this first page. That's what you need. The Luke Ryan pick finally paid off for me. Nick Dacos 133. Sheasel up there too. Bailey Dale 103, Sinclair's up there with 98, Hayden Young 94, like not a perfect score, but I mean, it's pretty close. It's pretty damn close. That is a really, really good week for me. Ecstatic for the back line and pretty happy with the midfield. I mean, this man is going to be changed out 100%. There is no way that he is not being changed out after the way he's been treating me. 67 after 142, and then when I picked him in before, 69. Yeah, we are not touching Noah Anderson ever again. It doesn't matter if he drops 140 again. I do not care. You are staying in your lane, and that is out of my team. I'm sorry, I'm just not having it. But overall, there's definitely improvements that I could have made in the midfield. Goulden was a great pick. Dawson was a great pick. Steele is probably going to take Anderson's spot, if I'm being honest. Maybe Sam Walsh or Chad Warner. One of those guys, most likely, though. He had Zach Merritt with 109. A pretty good week for him. Sarong still kind of struggling with 101 there. I'm not sure. I think I may take Sarong out. I don't know. It's going to be a tough change. Tough pick for sure. But there's something that needs to be done there. Of course, we've talked about Gorn, amazing pick. And then the forward line, man, I did so well this week with the forward. My biggest risk of the year, I said it in round 11 for the preview, was Todd Marshall. And it has paid off tremendously. 106 points, 11 marks, 13 posies, and 5 goals. He got injured during that game too against North Melbourne, and he still dropped over 100. Sure, it hurts me as a North fan, but I'm very happy as a Teamcoach fan that he's gone and done that when I've picked him. Like, it is an amazing pick. I'm so happy with that. But then you see the likes of Shea, who could have done more than 81. I mean, it would have been amazing if he hadn't have gotten himself hurt, but it's just the way it goes. 2 80s in Kerno and Mackay, and Myers was actually the disappointing one of the week with 65. So a rare poor game for Myers, but could you imagine how good it would have been if he had played even better? And that all leads me to the final score for top 18. We finished first. If you haven't seen it already, number 1 spot is ours. Let's go. We got number 1 for the round. Happy days indeed. 1861 is the best score of the round, and I'm honestly kind of tempted to thank Todd Marshall for that. He had a rip around, and it's such an obscure pick that I don't imagine many people would have picked him. It's good to know no one's copying me, but it'll be interesting to see who in here may be a viewer of the channel, see if anyone maybe was close to me. I don't know if Up the Tigers is someone who watches the channel. I'm not sure if anyone here watches the channel. Whoever does though, congratulations on your win. Yeah, I'm just ecstatic with a first place, man. I'm hoping it means I've got a prize pack on the way, because I know last year, if you came first, you got a prize pack, which was multiple prize cards. And I'm thinking that's the reason I've only got the 1 top team prize card so far. I'm hoping that it comes around soon or something can be sorted out. But yeah, fingers crossed it's a prize pack. That's really all it is. But we're going to go to the home page now and go to Star Powers, because this is where it takes a turn. And it's probably not the turn you expected, because it certainly wasn't the one I expected. This is my silver team. And with this silver team, overall, amazing week. Amazing. Like, I did the math before, and this team would have gotten me 586 points. That is a great week for Silver Star Powers this week, because it should have gotten me in the top 10. As you can see here, 586 takes spot number 10. But you can also see there's no spot there. I've got nothing here right now. That's a problem. And I'll show you the same for Ultra Star Powers, because this team got me 902. That is another really good score. I believe 902 would have at least gotten me close to a prize card. If not, it would have. But also a blank spot. So this is where I have to kind of break the bad news. I got given a 0 last week. I got given a 0 for round 11. And it's because I checked the footage. I didn't save the team, which is interesting because often I don't actually need to manually change the team. Usually I can just enter and leave the site, make a few changes here and there, and it automatically saves it for me. But in order for your site and your game to automatically save it for you, you have to either make a change or manually save the weekly team. Weekly selection has to be saved, and I just didn't do it. I didn't make a change like I usually do. As you can see, if you wanted to compare it, the round 11 to round 10 preview, I didn't make a single change, the exact same team week after week. And that overall meant that it didn't manually save it or didn't automatically save it for me. So I had gone into the week thinking I was fine, and turns out I wasn't. Turns out it saw me as inactive or whatever the case may be, and I didn't get my scores saved. So that gives me a 0. It means my year ranking, my season ranking is going to absolutely tank now. And that was heartbreaking when I learned of it in the moment, because I really wanted to do well in every game mode, and now because of a simple oversight on my part, I'm not going to get that high ranking I was really hoping for. I was really hoping for a first place in some star powers mode, but it's just not going to happen now. Even if I did really well for the rest of the year, it's just impossible at this rate, because I'm a good probably 800 points behind everyone now, and that's just not a lead I can catch up on. Even if I did well every week, man, like even if I got 1000s every week from now, it's almost impossible. It is almost impossible. There's so many good players, so many people doing really well, and because I made that simple mistake, I'm now very far behind. It's really annoying. I messaged Teamcoach about it, and they pretty much said the same thing back. I mean, it's on me at the end of the day. I said, is there anything that can be done? Because I have proof that I was active, but it's just a matter of if I didn't save it, then they can't give me the scores. They can't give me the prize card, which is fair. It's a mistake on my part, and I've got to own it. It sucks, it hurts, because I'm pretty sure this could have been my first ever perfect week where I got 4 prize cards and won every single game mode, but it's just not meant to be. I didn't manage to do it, unfortunately. Just a simple mistake has ruined that. So we got to move on. We got to just accept it. It sucks, but at the end of the day, I'm really happy with this top team. This top team, it means I can put all my focus into this. I've already bought some some team star powers cards to try and make up for the last week, so I can absolutely dominate this week. But man, I cannot lie at all. I am really frustrated with how it's gone. I wish I wish I had saved it, because if this was a perfect week, I would have been over the moon. It would have been such a great week, but it's just the way it's gone. And now we go into the bye weeks, and we're going to be seeing some massive changes from tons of people. On the brighter side, let's go collect a prize card. I'm going to stop complaining. At the end of the day, I think I know for a fact one of my viewers ended up winning themselves a prize card because of it. So happy days. Good on them. Very, very happy indeed. Now the question is, who do I pick? I'm going to try and hold off the Jai Simkin pick for as long as possible. My main thought is like, who is going to be the next one that goes out? And I'm trying to go off of previous ones. So you can see both Collingwoods have been taken out. The Braden Maynard pick in the Star Powers was amazing. That was a really good pick. It'd be even better if I had 2 prize cards this week to pick as well in here. But you gotta just take it on the chin, keep on moving. We've got top team to look through. And I'm kind of leaning towards Horn Francis, Smith, or Redmond. If I'm being honest, I think Essendon is the next one to go in the top team section. I'm not too sure who could really catch him. Again, maybe Bailey Smith, but he's a bit on the low now. Horn Francis, because he's an up-and-comer. I'm thinking Essendon just because of popularity, and maybe Doherty. If we get another chance soon, Doherty will be the next one. But this one, we're going to go with Redmond. And there we have it. There we go. I love getting the prize card. It's a bit of a somber note this week, but I'm not going to stress about it too much. Again, happy days with the top team side of things. We are still number 1 for top 4, and a first place finish in top 18 is the best we could do for the top team round this week. A perfect round in that sense. So yeah, while everything didn't go the way we wanted to this week in terms of star powers, it absolutely did amazing in top team, and so I'm going to take the positive this week and enjoy the prize card that arrives. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to let me know what prize cards you have won this week if you managed to do so, what changes you plan to make, and just in general, thank you again for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel too, and I appreciate you all giving me a bit of your time today. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.